G'day, ZiggyD here, back with some more Path of Exile. In this video I want to answer to the best of my ability the question, is magic finding worth it in a new league, or does it actually make a difference? Now this is something I experienced a couple months back when I made my first sort of pseudo magic find character. Basically I made in a 1 week race, I made a support or a bot culling wander sort of character, and you know, just because I could, I started to put a little bit of magic find gear on there. Once I got to around 200 rarity, I didn't have any quantity or anything like that, I don't think, but once I got to around 200 rarity, I started noticing that the amount of rares and uniques that I was getting was actually significantly noticeably higher. Sounds good, that's what magic find is intended to do, but it's often the case, does it actually like produce that much extra wealth? So in this recent 1 week hardcore beyond rampage race, I decided to make a dedicated magic finding character, because in the 1 week race, this was the closest I could get to experiencing the situation of a new league, essentially. It was the closest I could get to simulating that. Now, the economy in a 1 week race is a bit different to the economy in a, in a 3-month challenge league, for example. And things tend to drop off more quickly is probably the most important thing. Now, you can sell some things for quite a bit more than you would be able to outside of the 1 week race, but the economy also drops off around day 5 and not much actually happens beyond that point. So I decided to do a 5-day project. I also got DDoS towards the end of it, so that also kind of killed the project. But I did get the 5 days out, and was able to make a magic find character that was able to successfully farm and cull some lowish to midish maps, and also farm piety like crazy. I farmed piety like quite a lot, and I was able to sort of confirm for myself personally, I guess, the difference that magic finding actually makes. So this character was made in 5 days. Level 78 is what I ended up achieving. I didn't really do much mapping at all. I culled on a few magic find maps, like I did some Maelstrom of Chaos and things like that, but I didn't really actually do any mapping to level. Most of it was done through farming piety. Now, the thing is, day 1 I actually died like 12 hours in because it was hardcore, so I actually lost about half a day to a full day. So this is kind of more like a 4-day magic find project, though I did find a bit of currency on the first day, so maybe 4.5. Anyhow, my slash played at the end of it was actually 2 days, 20 hours and 30 minutes. So that gives you an idea of how much time I played in the 5 days on this particular character, with probably about 12 hours of AFK time, and, you know, trading while I was doing, while I was watching TV or something like that. So, how did it go? Does the magic finding actually make a difference? Let's start off first with what my total magic find actually is. Okay, so my total achieved magic find at the end, obviously I wasn't farming with this much magic find the entire time because you buy things over time for your character, but I tried to get to about 200 rarity as quickly as possible. My total achieved was 261 and 7 quantity plus the culling from Divination Distillate, which brings us up to an extra 14 quantity and extra 50 rarity. So that's about 311 and 21 quantity. So 311, 21 quantity if my math is correct, and that's what I managed to sort of, farm for about on the last total day. I did the last day with about that rarity. So, with that magic finding project, how much currency or how much wealth did I actually produce? So, firstly, here is my stash at the conclusion. This is basically, I vended everything that was in my shops at the end. I didn't really keep anything, I just basically vended it all for alt shards, just to total up everything that I got. And basically, everything that I was able to sell in that time before the drop-off was just in here, and you guys can check out this spreadsheet in the description below if you want to as well. We ended up with 3 Divines, 51 Chaos, 45 Alks, a huge amount, almost 400 alterations, 2 regrets, a bit of a mixture of stuff there. So that's basically, you can kind of just get a visual idea of the raw currency, so the raw wealth we managed to accrue. Now this part actually surprised me because I thought I made the decision to make a low life magic find character, which is a more expensive kind of option. You could make just a blood magic find character, or you could make a standard caster magic find character, or something far cheaper than what I made. I thought that in the time that I had allotted myself, I wouldn't really be able to turn a profit. I thought I would be able to invest in my character, get my character up and running, and then after that point of the project would be the profitable point. But I actually turned a pretty decent profit in addition to getting my character up and running correctly. So that part was pretty surprising for me. And in terms of my total character wealth, my character's value, and this is based on, you know, the currency that I purchased things for or put into crafting them, was 1 Exalt, 25 Chaos, 3 Divines, 1 Regal, and 1 Fuse. So in terms of the 1 week prices, which about 20 to 25 Chaos was an Exalt, that's about 2 Exalts, 3 Exalts, a little bit, about 3.5 Exalts in terms of investment into the character. That's using things like, you know, some Orsees, Perandus, Wonder Trap, which are very cheap, Reaper's Pursuit, which is also very cheap, Solaris Lyrica, which costs like a couple fusings. I crafted myself a 299 ES helmet just here, which cost me 5 Chaos total to craft, and I also self-crafted myself a 292 energy shield. Actually, no, this one was purchased, but I did craft one. I think it was, no, did I craft this one? I think I actually crafted this one. But this was 292, and that one cost me, how much was the shield here? 3 Chaos. Actually, I think I might have purchased that one. But pretty cheap overall to put together. But obviously, when you start to factor in things like Divination Distillate, the price goes up quite a bit because that's a pretty expensive item. I think I paid 1 Exalt and 1 Divine for that, so about an Exalt and a third, or an Exalt and a half. So that's the total value of the character, and then everything after that was pure profit. Now this is at the point where if you were playing a you know, like a 3-month character, you would continue to farm. You wouldn't stop at the 5-day mark. That would be silly to put all that time and investment into the character and then stop, because this sort of currency you could potentially make on a non-Magic Find character just by mapping pretty hard, right? But at this point with the Magic Find character, the earnings start to become exponential beyond then. Did I notice more rares and uniques dropping? Hell yes. I did 5-man split piety farming, which is where everyone in the group splits up and does separate runs, and then everyone gets together for the actual piety kill to maximize the loot. And basically, it was unusual to see piety drop a blue item. She would pretty much drop a massive screen-sized pile of rares, and about every second run, she would drop a unique, and I actually culled 3 uniques on 1 piety once as well, which is pretty cool. Go. Oh, triple! What? Triple! Notable culls, I culled a Perfect Lightning Coil, I culled an Alpha's Howl, someone in my group got a Cloak of Defiance, and someone in my group got a pretty good pair of Malagaras as well. So some pretty nice stuff there. I actually did Magic Find myself my first pair of Orsees on my character that died as well, so that's a bit unfortunate. The other one I culled was a Joffrey's Crest, which was worth quite a bit in the 1-week race. So, in answer to the question, I guess, is Magic Finding worth it? Does it make a difference in a new league? Yes, hands down. It's actually surprising how much difference, how much better the loot is on a Magic Find character. And it's kind of crazy because I almost wish I didn't know that, because I have fun playing characters that are very effective in content, right? That are very, you know, maximizing their power and not maximizing their Magic Find. It's pretty fun to make a Magic Finding character and find a heap of sweet loot, and I'll probably do it more in the future, but I think I prefer playing characters like my Tornado Shot Puncture character that aren't Magic Finders, but are really good in content. And seeing kind of the difference that it makes, and like the amount of money I can make on a substantially less effective character as Magic Finding, even just doing piety runs. I'm not even doing Dominus, not even doing multi-client Dominus, not even culling high-level maps or anything like that. Just doing piety is pretty significant. So it does make a huge difference. And if you're looking to build yourself up some wealth for a new league, then I do recommend, you know, exploring the option of making a Magic Find character. What I kind of discovered from practicing on a low-life Magic Find character was that if your objective is to make a bit of quick currency in the first week or two and then switch over to another build, like an actual build that you want to play, then I would just go with a basic Magic Finder. I wouldn't try and do something like a low-life Magic Finder. If your goal, however, is to make a long-term Magic Finder character that's going to produce you wealth over the course of a 3-month league, or even you're farming in Standard or Hardcore League and you want to farm for a very long time on your Magic Find character, then I would invest into a typically more powerful low-life character. So that's kind of what I discovered there. But hopefully this provides some interesting insight for you guys. If you do want to check out this spreadsheet, make sure to check out this other tab just here, and I'll drag this over here so you guys can see. This Trading and Magic Find Data tab just here, I actually recorded nearly all of my sales. I did forget a few times, but you can see basically each day what I sold. If you mouse over the items, you can actually see the stats from them in the pop-up note there, so you can see exactly what I sold and how much I sold it for. So this isn't just me like making shit up, guys. If you want to see how much I actually made doing this, how I actually traded, what things I sold, and this was pretty much all done through procurement. Of course, as a streamer, you get a few extra sales from people watching you find things, and that really can't be avoided, but most of the stuff was done by using procurement and a shop thread and selling everything that way. And if you want to see like everything I bought and everything I traded, and basically my final currency at the end of each day, then you can get all of that info here and decide for yourself whether magic finding is something you want to get into. So anyway guys, hopefully you find this insight helpful. If you have any other questions about my magic finding experience and project, feel free to let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching. Oh, Desert Brigadine. Holy shit! Oh my god!